just to welcome and kind of tell you what we're going to go through today. So fall break in October is kind of the primary thing we're going to talk about with respect to Eccles Global, although we'll do a little overview of the whole format. I think most of you might become incoming freshmen, which is awesome. And this might be your first introduction to Eccles Global, which is even more awesome. Hopefully I don't let you down. If I do, Raina, come in and hit me, okay? She's just in the office next door. So, and Juan and Connor are just downstairs. We're just on 3 in SFE 3175. We have a little wing here we call the Eccles Global Lounge. You're welcome to use it any time when you're on campus. So again, my name is Buzz. I'm the director. Cesar Sanchez is our associate director. Cesar is in Nice today. He's there for the entire summer. He is presenting, I'm going to do this little pull down screen, learning broad experiences. He is presenting our global entrepreneurship program in Nice, and he has 20 students there right now, and they're having an amazing time. I just got a WhatsApp from him. He said, hey, I'm taking my wife to Italy for dinner. I said, what? A train 20 minutes away. It goes right through Monaco and on to Italy and to San Remo. So they're heading over there for dinner. I thought that was pretty cool. We also have some students really close to Nice right now in Provence, which is near in Marseille, Provence area. We have 2 students on a paid internship, and they're there for the full summer, working with the Provence promotion people, and they're having an absolute blast. So some pretty cool stuff going on this summer. We also have what we call summer sessions, and these are going on in Europe. These are 1-month experiences, 1-month courses, I should say. And right now we have B Corp 3100 Markets and Institutions with Elena Williamson, and that's where Sophia is. And at the end of your freshman year, if you're an incoming freshman, you can take B Corp 3100. You can also take the other 3,000 level courses in Europe without being admitted to upper division, which is kind of nice. I think you will need for other upper division classes to be admitted. And you'll know what that means as we come up on this. So these guys are just heading into their last week in Barcelona. We have a group in London. We have 12 students in London. I think Elena's got 38 students. And then we have about a dozen students in Ghana studying at the Ensign College there, which is awesome. And then they'll transition to the next course, which is starting June 13th. Some students are taking only 1 course, which is great. Others are doing 2, some are doing 3. These are broken into 1-month courses over the course of the summer. And we have over 200 students doing this summer, which is great. We had to suspend it for COVID for a couple of years, so no fun, but we're back, and we're back in a really strong way. So these courses start next week. No, I'm sorry, the week after next in Paris and Amsterdam. And we have 23 students in Paris, and I think we have a dozen in Amsterdam. So pretty cool. And then the last month of the summer session will be back in London with B Corp 2030, the history of global capitalism in Amsterdam, or strategic Strat 3410 business law in Rome. Really popular summer program. It's awesome, but we're going to talk now about our fall semester. We have some amazing fall break experiences coming up, and I just click on this guy to talk about what we're doing. These are 1-week experiences. We typically leave on a Saturday, sometimes on a Friday if it's a far distant location, and we come back the following Sunday. So we keep you out the whole break, and these trips are all inclusive. So you're with a faculty member, typically a faculty and a staff member. Some of these experiences are actually run by a company called World Strides, and they do an amazing job of formatting and squeezing the most out of these week experiences. Everything is included, soup to nuts. You show up at Salt Lake Airport, we deliver you back to the Salt Lake Airport. You should have not had to spend any additional money. You can for anything that is discretionary, but you don't have to. So it's totally up to you. So let's talk about these specifically for this fall. Let me just tell you too, for spring last year, we went to Dubai. We tried to do Turkey, but we didn't end up because it was still closed due to COVID. But we ended up doing Dubai, and it was an amazing week. We did the expo there, which was crazy fun. And then we brought everybody back safe and happy. And now we're looking at our fall break experiences. Let's see, do I have Yeah, I do. Okay, so we're going to start. Actually, I'm going to start with Turkey and Greece. We'll do that. So this program is run by World Strides, and I think Sue Sundar, one of the instructors you'll meet when you're in the Business Scholars program this coming fall, and Brian Johnson, another instructor, finance, and Sue is operations supply chain. They will be guiding this experience to Turkey and Greece, and you'll start, actually the name Turkey changed this week. They officially changed to Turkiye with 2 dots over the U, Turkiye or something. It's really cool. They changed the name of the country, but did you know that Istanbul is the second most visited, most touristed city in the world behind Paris, which is really cool. Istanbul is an amazing place, and it's very dynamic and really, really intense when you visit. It's really fun. So that's where they're going to start. They're going to be in Istanbul for 3 days, and then transition to Athens for 3 days. And while they're the group's in Athens, they'll be going to an island just off of the Peloponnese Peninsula for a day, and it's a very cool island. I can't remember which one it is, but it's an awesome island. So should be a really wonderful trip. I can tell you that the trip is limited to 20 people, so these fill up really fast. I think that's why we're trying to do this summer for incoming freshmen, so that you have an opportunity to sign up without hitting here in late August and being disappointed that they're full. So they fill up pretty fast. Right now, I've got most of these are about half full. So the application is really simple. You just click on it and fill out the information, that just your name and etc. And and then pick which one you want to do, and click and go. And then that comes to me, and I review all the applications and send you an admit or deny, but I'm sure no reason to deny anybody at this point because you won't have grades yet. So let's make it happen. So Turkey, Greece is going to be amazing. That leaves on a Saturday, comes back on Sunday. I think it's the 8th of October. Is that right? Marina, is that, maybe you can check that one. Thinking about this. Yeah, anyway, so anybody have any questions, you can put it in the Q&A again as we go, and we'll answer those live. So we'll find the dates here in just a second, but I think it's October 8th, I think. Anyway, so that's Turkey, Greece, and then Caesar is going to take a group to Peru and Santiago, Chile, and this will be an amazing experience. I think this one leaves on Friday, actually, Friday late in the day, because you need to connect through Lima and up to Machu Picchu. We've done this trip a few times, and it's a very well-received trip, and it's a lot of fun. This will be, I think, 3 days in Peru, and then there's a direct flight from Machu Picchu now to Santiago, Chile, 3 days in Chile with, I think, an excursion to Valparaiso, etc. So should be awesome. And by the way, every one of these trips, you get 1 credit hour. It's BUS 5880, which is basically an intern class or a business consulting class. And that's pretty cool on your resume. You can say, hey, I took this 1 week experience and this is what I learned, and employers love to see that kind of stuff. And then lastly, for fall break, we have Singapore and Malaysia. This is a trip we took in 2019. This will be led by, I think Caesar's going on the Peru, Chile trip. I don't know who else is going, but there'll be a staff member with him too. I'm not quite sure. This trip to Singapore and Malaysia will be led by Professor Chong Oh. You'll get to know him in Business Scholars too. He's one of the key professors that will teach you about information systems. He is leaving on Thursday next week to go to Seoul, Korea, where there are 30 students right now participating in this information systems minor. And I'm just going to click on this real quick before we get into the Malaysia trip. Forgot to mention this. We have an IS minor happening right now. We were trying to do it in Japan, but it's 100% in Korea. So this is obviously a picture of Japan, not Fuji, but 100% in Korea, all inclusive. Actually, this is a little different. And We have 30 students over there right now. By the end of the summer, they will have their information systems minor, which is a complement to any major. So it's pretty cool. There are some prereqs for this one you need to have out of the way before you do this. So if you're an incoming freshman, you're probably a couple of semesters out. You probably need to look at this for between sophomore and junior year, but really good way to get it knocked off, not get a minor knocked out in the summer. All right, let's go back to Singapore, Malaysia. We got any questions yet? Am I just talking too fast? Everybody good? Okay. So Singapore, Malaysia, we again ran this trip in 2019. We leave on Friday on this one also, and we end up in Singapore early in the morning on Sunday. And then Singapore is Sunday and Monday and part of Tuesday. And then we transition from Singapore, where last time we met with the president of a telecommunications company. I think it was actually Telenor out of Norway. Anyway, it's pretty cool. And then we're going to transition to Kuala Lumpur, where we're spending a day in a Portuguese village on the way there. And then we get to Kuala Lumpur and spend an entire day there visiting two companies. It's a pewter manufacturer, which is really cool. And then it's a great long day, a lot of fun. And then the next morning, so I think it's Thursday, we fly up to a town called Terengganu, which is where the University of Malaysia has a campus that specializes in basically ocean conservation. And they're going to take us out on their boat to this island called Redang Island. And we're going to spend a day studying fish hatcheries and the turtle hatchery. And it's going to be pretty awesome. Then we're back in Terengganu for, we'll spend a night at Redang and then back in Terengganu for some group work with their students. And the cultural difference is really, really awesome and fun to bring those two together. So those are basically our 3 fall break experiences. And again, each one is capped at 20 students with 2 faculty members or a faculty staff member. So I'd encourage you, if you're interested at all, to make sure you apply. Again, they're 100% covered, all inclusive. The fee is no more than $39.50. Right now, the dollar is super strong around the world. So if we can reduce the price based on some of the contracts that we're signing on hotels, et cetera, I think we'll be able to reduce the fee, but that's the maximum, okay, is $39.50. So any questions anybody might have? So Arena, can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
Will you please talk about your 1-week fall break experience last year?
Yeah, real quick, I do see a question in the chat and it says, most of these trips are open to incoming freshmen. Yes, these fall break ones are definitely open. Other things, it depends on prerequisites and that stuff. But last fall break, I did an Eccles Global experience and we went to Paris and Berlin. We had a fairly small group, but we did a lot of really cool activities. We had a lot of fun. I went with Buzz, and it was just overall like one of the best experiences I've had traveling and, being independent, I guess, and really connecting more with the school and students and that kind of stuff.
So tell me about how it worked. We were on a group ticket, right?
Right. So essentially we are all put together, and so we meet up and we all get on the plane together. And then you go through all the activities we have planned, and then sometimes things change and you fix those. And you often you'll have like a per diem for meals and stuff, or you'll have a group dinner. You'll you'll do a lot of cool stuff like that. Everything's paid for. It's all covered with the same fee, and it's a great time.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
No, I was ready.
Okay. So,
sorry.
one of the things that's fun is you're with other students that you may not have known before, and you become pretty good friends, actually. That's the goal anyway, hopefully. So it's a great way to network and get to know some other people. These 1-week experiences are actually open to everybody on campus. And we've had several students from other majors join us. I think when we were in Dubai in the spring, But there were maybe a third of the students were business students, and the rest were from all over campus. So it was a really awesome way to network. We also enjoyed a great trip to Dubai. We're going to probably not go back to Dubai in spring of 23 because we went for the expo, which was awesome. But we'll plan another pretty cool experience somewhere in the world for spring. We'll at least have two. If you're a global scholar coming in, you're going to be expected to be in Paris. So the global scholars over spring break. So you'll have to wait for another spring or fall break to join us. Okay, so as we look at Eccles Global, I'm just going to go back to the homepage real quick and talk a little bit about what we're doing now. So today, June 3rd, we're talking about fall break, and then we're going to talk about fall break again next Friday. And then on the 17th, we're going to roll out our spring semester in Australia. This will be the B Corps bridge courses that will be in Australia. It'll be our third semester there. We had to again kill it for COVID for a couple of years, which is kind of rough, but it's going to be an amazing experience. And then we're going to roll out again the spring semester IS minor in Rome and Barcelona. We had 11 students participate in that this year. And if I mute my screen, actually, you can see the Utah. This was the group. It was the Utah flag there. There was 11 of them and me. And we were all masked, as you can see. And the great news now is that all of the COVID stuff is over, still raging, right? But if you're vaccinated, which is a requirement of all Eccles Global experiences, you're going to be able to go anywhere you want without testing, without masks. I think masks in some airports still, and some of our vendors require them in classrooms, but otherwise we're good to go. So it's going to be amazing over fall break, and then also for the full semester. Full semester in Sydney, Australia, they're completely open. Full semester in Rome and Barcelona, completely open. So yeah, so that's where we're headed, and that's what we're doing. And here's my email right here, buzz.welch@eccles.utah.edu, or you can just drop the Eccles into Utah. I'm fine to answer any questions you might have directly, or I'll send you off to Arena or Sophia to answer. So Juan, why don't you take a minute and talk to these good people about maybe your experience in Italy, Greece, or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, so hello everybody, my name is Juan Estrada. I'm the admissions coordinator here with
I'm
the
in
Business
trouble
Scholar
hearing you.
program.
Can you hear him okay?
Good.
Okay, good. Well, I'm fine then. I'll just mute and shut up.
No worries. I'm the admissions coordinator here with the Business Scholar team and travel pretty frequently with some of the students here within our programs. We did have a question in the chat earlier concerning travel with Business Scholars opposed to Eccles Global. If you were a part of the international cohort for Business Scholars for the coming year, you have the opportunity to travel with Eccles Global during the fall semester, as our trip to Whistler, Canada will not be slotted in the same time frame. So you'll have different times you can do one of these trips. That is completely possible with the schedule. However, our students will be traveling to Paris for a week-long excursion during the spring semester, as Buzz has mentioned. So you'll take probably your sophomore or junior year to go and try one of those trips alternatively. So just wanted to clarify that for the students. In terms of traveling, Buzz does a really, really great job of taking us to some really unique and awesome places. For example, start of May, I was in Athens and in Rome with Buzz and a few other staff members with about 22 students or so. And we just had a blast. We went to Santorini Island, got to see the town of Ia, which is pretty picturesque, some really nice blue waters, the Colosseum, Parthenon, all the good stuff. So I think if you want a really unique experience that really crams it into 1 week, it's definitely one of those experiences that's well worth the cost. It's very cost effective, and you really can't put a price on just how well these programs are put together. I mean, it feels like it's a month-long experience all boiled down within just a short week. So highly, highly recommend. Connor, do you want to add anything about all of our travel?
Yeah, fortunately, I was able to go a little bit more domestically this past year, being the intern for the Business Scholars Program. I went to Dallas, Seattle, as well as Chicago, and they were great trips and definitely some really, really well-run trips as well.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Connor. So let me try to answer a couple of these questions that came up too. I know there's a bit of confusion about Business Scholars Global, Eccles Global and how they interact and what's available to whom and how. If you've been accepted to the Business Scholars Program, then you get a domestic trip. Is it one or two? One trip, right? And then another, like a trip to Moab or something. Okay. If you've selected the global cohort, then you are basically promised a fall experience and a spring experience. And the fall experience we did last year, Eccles Global helped set it up, but then we turned it over to the Business Scholars team, to Juan and his team, and basically took 130 people to Whistler, British Columbia. That was included in the fee that you pay as a global scholar. And that was before fall break. So that wouldn't impact your fall break experience. I think it's in middle of September. Is that
Correct. We currently are working on the schedule, but it won't impact the fall break schedule as of now.
it won't, right?
No.
No, yeah. Okay. So we actually had a lot of global scholars go on fall break experiences last year. So yes, it's all available to incoming freshmen, the fall break and spring break experiences. Further, as a global scholar, you'll have the opportunity to go to Paris over spring break in the spring. And that's included in your fee. And that's run by World Strides. Eccles Global helped set that up initially, put it off to World Strides and the Business Scholars team. And now they're going to run with it, and it's a blast. At the end of your Business Scholars experience, there are other trips, 1 week trips. And I just did this one that Juan was talking about 2 weeks ago to Italy, Greece. We had one to London and to Edinburgh, or some Business Scholars did. And then we had one to Egypt and Israel. That's the Reina one on that one. So those are all opportunities for an extra cost for you. Most of the courses in the summer, I'd say all of the courses that you would take in the 1 week blocks, 1 week or 1 month experiences, are open to all freshmen that are finished their freshman year. They finish freshman year with all the prereqs. You can take anything in the summer. Of course, those summer classes are open to anybody older than that too that have done other classes. The entrepreneurship minor is open to anyone on campus. The IS minor is open to any of the freshmen that have taken all of those courses, plus IS 4410, and then you can do the operation, the IS minor. So if that's not confusing enough, I don't know what is. All of your scholarships that you've been awarded can apply to the semester long or the minor programs. It's tough to apply them to the 1 month courses in Europe. It's just hard to do that because a lot of summer scholarships aren't available. You just have those for fall and spring term. But the nice thing about summer, whether you do, I forgot to mention the digital literacy certificate that's happening in Rome and Barcelona through the CalArt housing folks. That's also available to everybody. You can, if you're from out of state, you are considered an in-state resident all the time that you're away on an Eccles Global experience. So let's say you wanted to be in Europe all summer, do all 3 sessions. I would write a letter to the residency office that basically says 5 days before you left and 5 days after you got home. That whole period of time, you're considered an in-state resident. So you can get in-state residency. So you've paid this residency to out-of-state tuition, or you've been scholarshiped. In the summer, it's like in-state tuition. All your housing's paid for, and you're considered an in-state resident. So you can get residency by the end of the summer term easily. So hopefully that makes sense. Any other questions that I missed that people were bringing up? I think that's probably good, right? The 4 Utah scholarship does cover the full semester program. So you're probably going to have to wait until after freshman year. So this year, freshmen have been looking at a full semester in London. Let me just tell you, take a look at that. So full semester B Corps London. This is a full semester that goes through all of your B Corps fundamentals. So there's 5 courses, 12 semester credit hours. Plus we do we take care of your BUS 3800 or 3900. Cost not to exceed 16,000. That includes everything except food and transportation to and from London. We had a cap of 20 students on this, and we ended up with 22. So we've asked for to open up a little bit. So we have 22 committed students, all from the freshman class from this year. So this is an opportunity you can all look forward to. So, and again, all scholarships are available on this one, all of them. So, okay, any other questions? Well, good. I think we went at lightning speed. But again, I'm available anytime. We have Arena available, Juan's available. Hopefully we haven't confused you too much. This is recorded. I'll post it here in the next couple of days to our website. So do we want to put the website link out there just for fun, just in case people want it? So, okay, Arena, thank you. You're awesome. Can grad students take part? Yes, absolutely. Grad students can take part in the week-long trips, no problem. The issue with the full semester is I don't know if it's gonna apply to your graduate program. You can do it, but I don't know how that would work. But the 1 weeks are fine. Absolutely. You're welcome, and we'd love to have you join us. So, all right, there's our website, and you all went there to sign up for this this webinar, so I think you're good to go. We're going to do this again next week, and again, we can talk about anything you want. So I'm going to stop the recording.